From one. Bing, bing. We're live. It is the Martin Fowler Scrum. We have Sam. We have Brent. We have Praveen. Brent, you are in first. How are things evolving, and is anything blocking you?
No blockers. And I think at the moment, two things I'm working on. Firstly is working through the MOOC. So I think I'm just about on schedule with that. And the other thing is the last day or so I've been working on the the Charity Commission API. We managed to get it up and running in Azure yesterday, so that was good on Doku. Working with MySQL, which is also interesting. I think if I get some time today, I'm going to try adding some of the other tables and see if I can get those working. And then I've got the what have I got today? I've got the daily mob, the Phoenix 1.3 guides at 3. We've got the async voter meeting, and then the first local support session at 6 p.m. this evening. Yeah, so a busy day.
Yeah, and no rest for the wicked. Excellent. Thank you, Brent. Wonderful. Praveen, how are things going with you?
So far, so good. So, wasn't able to attend the Phoenix Mock session in the past 2 days because, due to my passport application. So, we'll attend it now, today only, and reading through the guides, and we'll also book a pairing session with you about GitHub commits with Joe.
Yes. Wonderful. Excellent. So nothing blocking you?
Nothing blocking.
Great. Good show. So on my side, main thing I've got done actually is I guess I've pushed out 3 new things on the website. One, we've got the new sponsor banner up. We've got the new premium API is running, although lots of changes needed, but it's running. And then, I'm just pushing up some tweaking the text on the homepage, trying to improve our Google AdWords ratings. I am kind of blocked by a very strange issue on local support. I mean, I'm kind of, it's just really weird. Like we're getting, here you go, Stella. Just saying that I'm trying to work out why we have different behavior on both production and my machine and on Stella's machine in local support, and I still haven't worked out why. It's very confusing. Other things are going on. I'm just pushing out, sort of advertising about our deep learning mob. The video of that I've sent out to the mailing lists, and I'm pushing out the video of our MOOC mob to the course, so other people know what's going on there. And then things coming up. We've got the Elixir mob is coming up at the top of the hour. Very excited about Brent's initiative to have a sort of open pairing session for local support is going on. Async voter already mentioned. That's me, I think. Stella, great to have you with us. How are things going with you? And I guess we're maybe not getting audio from Stella at the moment. We've also got Bill. We'll come back to you, Stella. Bill, how are things going with you?
Oh, mate, everything's fine. Just working through the Flatiron curriculum material, and also I've done some more work on the edX coursework. I've had a look at was it homework 2? Yeah,
the Sinatra hang person.
Yeah. So I'm not running any blockers.
Excellent, wonderful. Actually, if you've got a link to the Flatiron curriculum, I'd be interested to see that just for context for what you're working.
I'm not sure.
Oh, is it? Or maybe it's not. Is it a closed curriculum or is it an open curriculum?
Well, I can log on one day and show you.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how they. If you're not logged on, I don't think you can see the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not uncommon. I guess I
don't mind logging on and sharing my desktop, and you can.
Oh yeah. No worries. I was just sort of interested in the background, and I thought maybe like the Odin project and some other groups, some boot camps, they make their community stuff just available to everybody, but some have it behind a paywall. But no problem.
I mean, all the coursework, that's all on GitHub.
Right. All the assignments.
Yeah, it's just that when you look at the GitHub repo, you can't tell us in what order things happen. You can just see all the exercises and what people do.
I think that's similar. That was Makers Academy had the same setup, or at least I got them into that setup while I was there. Yeah, I mean, less so that the the actual course materials, if you've got a link to the assignments that you happen to be working on, I'd be very interested just to see what they were for comparison and so on. And Stella has rejoined us. Can you hear us okay, Stella? But I guess we can't hear you. You could use the text chat to update us if the audio is not working for some reason. I often find I have to like plug in, and sometimes it's just the audio jack for my headphones is not plugged in. So well, I think that's our Scrum. I don't know if there's anything else that anybody wanted to organize or to discuss.
No.
No. Well, yeah.
Think of anything?
Yeah, and I think the only blocker we have is this strange thing that we have on local support. So of course, everyone feel free to leave now, but I don't know. I guess I'm kind of running out of ideas. If people have got a minute or two just to look at this kind of setup, I would be very interested in your opinions. There's like a nested series of things. So you may remember in the Scrum yesterday, we went through and we made sure that Stella's setup, she was on the same GitHub commit. We've also checked that she's on the same node, and also the database migration and this, that, and the other. And everything seems to work perfectly on her local machine, which is that when one is looking at this list of events, if you click on the events item, it goes through to the individual event in question, whereas in the production system, it just it doesn't seem to have the we're going to inspect that here. It seems to be see the there, but so that's kind of that's in production, which is also, you know, on all of the same things. When I'm on it locally, if I can go and find, this is local support here on develop. Let's just do. I'm running local support 333. I can't even like I said, this is again the same commit. When I try to go to the events page, I get this error saying undefined method striff time for string, but the tests are all passing. If I remove these elements of you know, striff time, I can see everything. So I've kind of got, you know, like as I'm starting to dig into this, I've got two problems. I've got one, that the production system seems to be lacking the feature. I mean, it's not like a bleed because this is all hidden from, you know, the users. This is the time that we want these issues to come out. So Praveen, you're saying time pars there, which yeah. The funny thing is though, is like, why is that code not causing a problem on production or on Stella's machine, but it is causing a problem on my machine?
So I've had this error, the exact same undefined method, string for time.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Rails though. It was on a Ruby project I was doing at work.
Yeah.
And it was and it was due to a Ruby version difference of just a minor point. Now I can't remember the two difference, but it was a 2.3 something, and there was one.
So I'm on 2.3.1 there.
Yeah.
And I thought that Stella had said that she was also on 2.3.1, but maybe we are mistaken in that regard, and maybe I just failed to check that. So now the thing is, though, is that Stella said yesterday she's on 2.3.1. The funny thing is as well is, so if we go and look at local support, which let me go and open the window for, we should be locked to that method on in the gem file. So when I run all the tests, it should work there, which is very strange. But maybe I'm some other kind of mistaken something. Right. That certainly sounds like then we should be able to fix that issue by switching to a different version of Ruby. Let's have a look at. So we've got
the actual in that production part there. Is the event actually not nil there at some point?
It's not nil. I can see it in the database.
All right.
It has event ID 1. The problem in the production system is that the view just doesn't seem to be creating the hyperlink. And I've kind of, one of the things that I did yesterday is I've been all through I'm here on the develop branch. Where's my config directory gone there? So I'm going from, like looking through all of this. Like we've got the events resources here. Sorry, that's a bit small there. But so we've got the, the usual 4, or well, the simple 4, and we haven't got the delete and destroy. But new, create, show, and index there for events. So the index is working, show is working, or at least they should be working. And then, all of the components are there. Like if we go to the controller, we've got our events controller, and then it's got an index page, which, the index page certainly works. We've then got the show page, where we've got event find by ID there. And then we've got the individual views for the events. We've got the show page, for example. So, I mean, this is the show page where we would expect it to just appear. I mean, we're having, obviously, the problem with the strift time there, but only on my local machine. And if we look at the index, it's sort of rendering the individual event there. Yeah, I mean, this is where, like on the production, this is the bit of code that should be creating the hyperlink, right?
And there's definitely a URL in the database.
And there's definitely an event in the database on production. That doesn't seem to be a problem. I guess just look at this. The index.
What's the URL where I've just run my local environment where it's failing?
Just go to events is failing for me. If you have an event, I mean, just try creating a test event.
Do I have to log in to do that?
Yeah, you would do. I think the seeds.db has got the what's it called? The dummy user to log into. Interestingly, I'm just looking at this setup here. Like the event path is going from event, which is like a local variable there, and the index here is doing render events. Now, I guess that's a modern Rails thing that we don't even that should work without us having to even specify it. And it like Stella has shown me it working on her system, and it like clearly just works. So I'm kind of it's sort of bizarre. So we've got these, so now if I in here, this business here, and I'll just take that out because that's giving us trouble. And then I guess we've also got underscore events here. I guess I'll just take out those start times because that's screwing up my local system. So now on the local system here, if I reload the events, we sidestep the strift thing. Okay, so now I'm seeing this calendar as well that I hadn't been seeing, and it was on Stella's thing. I think I've updated to the latest thing. If I now click here so this works fine here. So I think that must just be that the production system is on an older version of the code base. Although I thought I checked that yesterday. Let's go and have a look at. I guess, yeah, for you locally, Brent, you haven't got any events yet, so it's difficult to see.
Yeah, I'm just putting an event in now. I've just logged in, so.
Praveen's noticing here the date.
The parameters you're passing to that, is it strift time those are correct, are they?
I think that they're correct for maybe this. I thought they were correct for the version of Ruby that we are on, and we've got tests that check that they in here. So it's. I think that the thing that's coming out here, this start date, is like a date time entity.
String from date. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, the other thing we can do here is I can do BE Rails C, and we can see like the events that I have locally. I'm just going to go to as well on the.
Yeah, I've got mine working now, and the URL does work.
So the URL click-through is working, and I've got that working locally for me, which very strongly suggests that the production system is just behind on a system where it didn't work, or there's something even stranger going on. See how long it takes Rails console to start up for me. It's so slow. Right, so it's telling me that production's on. Here we go. So here, I should be able to do like event first. It's got an event, and then I could like practice doing what we have here, which is like, let's get its start date. See the start date. Oh, okay. Look at this. The start date's coming out as kind of a hash.
Yeah. It's not stored as a real date, is it?
No. So I think maybe we've got an issue there where the tests are, they're maybe like somehow hard coded to. Okay, but I think that's the problem, because those dates. I think that the problem is that when the system's being created, so when the event is being created, it's not storing the date as a proper thing. It's ended up storing it as a string or something. Yeah, I mean that's really weird. Okay, so we could look at the schema quickly. If I can remember where it would be. Is that going to be in DB? There we go. Let's look at events. Yeah, so start date and end date are stored as strings. So I think that's part of our problem. And somehow the test must be manipulating the existing event in such a way that the tests don't show up the issue. Because we've got events, we've got like the show feature here. See, yeah, we've got the, okay, so we've got like, it's inserting the events via just sort of a background string insertion.
Yeah, so the problem is the calendar pop-up. So you'll need to, there is a way, because I had to do it on the calendar pop-up that I put in.
Yeah.
You have to tell the jQuery widget what format to write the date. By default, it does it as a JavaScript object.
Okay, and that's what we're getting.
Yeah.
There. Okay, and so.
Yeah, right. So if you look at my commit, because I actually did change that, you'll see what, I can't remember off the top of my head what it needs to be, but
yeah, so presumably we've got the form for the events thing here, and so we've got like enter the start date, and then we've got that. So you think there's something that we can pass?
Yeah, there is. You can give it a specific format. Yeah, and if I'm just getting my commit up actually. Yes, I saw this thinking about it.
Yeah, no, and I can see now actually that the production system is a way behind where we are on develop. So that's so the issue I think we have is with the way that events get created, and I think we need. I mean, there's no reason why we should be storing these as strings when they would be much simpler for them to be date times, I would imagine.
Yeah, I agree.
So I guess I maybe need to change around the bug that we've been describing, and that it's not really. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, folks, for helping me get to the bottom of that one. That's reassuring. What have we got here? So I've got that bug here. Yeah. So I think that the fix for this then should be we need to ensure that the event start and end date times are date times in DB and not strings, and also that date picker inserts incorrect format. Also, we need test of insertion. And I was was it the same? Was in website one? I think it's a very common pattern. Yeah, it is. It was the website one events that you've got tests that set up the database in a certain way and everything runs, but then the way that people actually create the data through the form leaves the database in a different state, and so you get failures that you don't see from the tests. And the argument is, you don't want to be creating all of this data through the website in your acceptance test because it's slow. But then that's a kind of a critical thing that allows errors to fall in. So that's yeah.
Actually, I think it's my code that's broken it. Looking at it.
Yeah, well, maybe in combination with the different bits and pieces. It's yeah. Well, and then this is the exciting fun of lots of different things coming in from each other, and we get to explore the boundaries of technology. I don't know if what we might just do quickly is start a vote on that in the local support channel. I may just we've already gone on a fair way now, so I think we will understand the issue. This is fixing. I'm going to call it event insertion, and pop that in there. So yeah, do vote on that in the local support channel if you're interested. And yeah, we'll have the local support meeting tomorrow where we can hopefully get this assigned and so on. Cool. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. Also, greetings to our viewer. Hey, viewer, join Agile Ventures. Come and see the exciting Ruby on Rails sort of agile fun that you can have here. Go to agileventures.org to find out more about us. And everyone, welcome all the time. All right. Unfortunately, shame that Stella I think had connectivity issues. Hopefully, she'll be able to watch that on the video, and we'll see. That's it. All right. Maybe see some of you for the Phoenix Mob in a bit.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Bye for now.
Yep. Cheers.
Take care.